All right, that should do it, I guess. I don't even know what to say to some of this shit, man. All right, well, we're here now. We're doing it. All right, so I figured we'll take a step back. We'll start with the mess that is. We'll start with the mess that is Queeman talking about it. I think that's the best place to start. I reevaluated. I reevaluated. I definitely reevaluated. As far as like, I don't know why this is here. I kind of want to just. Actually, I can do this now. Oh, can I? I can't. Is there a way to theater mode this? Ah! Oh. Might be a little too much for that goofy ass face. There we go. All right, beautiful. So we'll listen to him describe exactly what was going on. He's gonna give basically a rundown. Where are we in this?
Awkwardly, like, what the fuck. Thank you for the $5, I got there.
I jumped up a little bit
Okay.
ahead.
Let's count up for
There
a
we
minute
go.
while I talk. Let's count up while I talk.
He's gonna
So-
cam up. He's gonna talk about it. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Let me try and tell the rough story of New Year's, okay, guys? Well, of the trip, okay? Obviously, a lot of people are sure are waiting for this. You look sickly? I'm sure. I always do. I'm so glad I didn't go. Well, I don't know why. It was awesome. It was awesome. So, okay. Thank you for the membership. So, I got there, I don't know which day, the first day. Okay, so day one. I got there and met Aiden. And I had planned ahead a bit. I knew roughly what we were going to do, where we were going to go. Okay. And I managed to get Aiden to show up without asking too many questions. Okay. Why do I look so old in that picture? I kind of
We're gonna find out very quickly how difficult exactly it is to get fucking Aiden anywhere. Okay, this is gonna be a major point of contention from Parry later. Apparently, Aiden has AIDS and refuses to go out anywhere. This is just what I'm hearing. Hearing he got AIDS. He got them from a bisexual black man. This is just what's going on around the town. Whispers in the whims of the air.
I look both 13 and 50. Anyway, I'm gonna be real. But lighting and the whatever AI shit was used to clean up the photo or whatever. But I was getting ID'd all night, so I can't look that old. I'm gonna be real. So yeah, what was I saying? See, I met up with Aiden the first night. Okay.
We're also not going to ignore for even a second, for even a fucking moment, that the AI filtered their fucking photo. Okay? I've never taken a photo in my entire life that needs fucking AI. Okay? And I'm not an attractive fucking dude by any stretch of the means. I'm a good 4. I'm a good 4. Okay? If I had to use AI to spruce up the way I looked in a photo, for who? For who? For fucking who? Like what? Like these guys are like, I'll find the pic. I'm gonna find the picture for y'all.
I knew what we were doing. I'd planned ahead. And I'd found out there was this bar owned by Vice Media in London. Okay. And when I looked at what live music they had on that night, there was a like it said queer, trans, POC bands or some shit like that.
You know what? I'm not
awesome.
even gonna bother looking for it. He'll bring it up at some
Perfect.
point.
Great. Perfect.
I just realized how unimportant
sounds
these people
amazing.
are that I
Queer,
tried to
trans,
Google the
POC,
photo
UK
and could
Underground
find
sound.
nothing.
That's what it said. I was like, perfect, amazing. That's where we're going. Obviously, right? Hopefully that's clear. So I take Aiden there first. We walk in. The music's like upstairs. We walk in downstairs and go to the bar. And I'm like, oh, what do you want to drink? And he's like, oh, just whatever you're drinking. I'm like, okay.
Now we're gonna. All right. First things first. If I go to a bar with somebody and I go, what do you want? I'm in the first round, and they spend more than about, I don't know, 20 seconds thinking about it, we've got a fucking retard. We've got a retard. Listen, I worked in restaurants a long time, and there is nothing on the planet that points a retard out quicker than somebody who doesn't know what they want to drink when they sit down. You're in a bar. You've walked to the bar. You were in the car going to the bar. You knew you were going to a bar. How do you not know what you want to drink? How do you not know? How do you not have an immediate, oh, this is what I drink? These are adults. I want this to be clear as possible to everybody paying attention here. I know some of y'all are like, oh, they're so quirky. They're little kids. These are adults. These are adults. And this is how it starts. I'd be abandoning ship right now.
So I ordered an Amstel. If you guys know what Amstel is, it's a popular lager.
Also, we are going to judge Queeman on his gay choice of beer, but that's fine.
I ordered us both an Amstel, and obviously Aiden is not keen on it. It's pretty obvious immediately. He's not into the beer.
I don't know how you're not keen on an Amstel. I don't understand. It's literal fucking piss water. It's water. Okay? You guys are drinking fucking 5% beer water. I don't understand where Aiden is getting some kind of he doesn't like it? You don't like beer then? Is that what that is? You don't like beer?
Yeah, he doesn't want beer.
Grown man doesn't like beer.
I knew that was gonna be the case. I knew that would be the case. I don't know why, like, but he said order whatever you're getting, and it's like,
it's also what a shitty position to put somebody in, right? When you say something like that, just realistically, we're gonna put yourselves in these gentlemen's shoes for a moment, just for a moment, right? If I go to a bar, and first of all, I drink. We're not going to talk about what I drink. I drink good stuff. Okay? I drink top of the line stuff that I can't afford. That's why I don't drink. Anyway, if I go to a bar and I go, hey, what do you want? And they go, I'll have whatever you're having. I look at them and I go, no. No, you're not. That's all. That's all you got to say. No, you're going to drink what you drink. Not what I drink, what you drink.
Sure. Whatever I'm getting, sure. I'm not starting on spirits yet, so that's what we'll do. But he doesn't enjoy it, obviously.
Also, not starting on spirits left. These fucking Angloids, bro. I can't even begin. You start drinking and you finish drinking. The same thing. All right? Maybe you take a couple of shots in the middle. You don't go, oh, I'm going to have 3 Amstels and then switch to a fucking rum and coke. What the fuck, man? You're just begging for headaches. This is why he was not live for 6 days.
We go to the music thing, and it doesn't start for a minute. I don't make it immediately clear to Aiden, but there's like QR codes around for this person's like GoFundMe for their bottom surgery, I believe. And they get on stage and they talk about, oh, I'm rapping in Tamil and all this shit. They've got quite.
If it hasn't been made clear yet, they went to go see a trans performer. Now, this shouldn't be an issue for Aiden. Aiden is a very liberal gentleman, as far as I can tell. He's extremely. He likes trans people. Okay.
Deep voice. So it's just quite funny. It's quite funny. I'm not gonna go too crazy again, but it was quite funny. It was quite funny. And Aiden's just like looking at me awkwardly, like, you know, what the fuck. Thank you for the $5,
just Aiden in general, just not having fun right now. That's really what that's the gist of what's going on here. Aiden has come to the bar. He has been, I guess, kidnapped at this point in this stage, because I don't understand a universe where you walk into a bar and you go, "Oh, no, I'll have whatever you're drinking. Oh no, I'll drink whatever you're drinking." And then you go upstairs, you go sit down at the bar, and the performer is some fucking autistic freak who's literally probably hilarious. Let's be realistic here. The show is probably great. But there we are, sitting there, Aiden, just staring at Queeman. It's like, what are you doing, bro? Why are you having fun? Why do you have fun?
Can I see your app? Did you donate for the surgery? No. Did not. So we leave that pretty quickly. We do leave that pretty quickly. And then we sort of bar hop a few different places, just like looking on Google Maps, like what bars are around. Most of them are kind of dead. But then we end up somewhere where they've got a band on. And we walk in. And when we walk in, the band is doing like an alt-rock cover of Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. And so I'm like, oh yeah, let's fucking go. I'm like into it immediately, obviously, because that's the sort of thing that I'm a couple drinks.
Now let's be real here. That sounds kind of good. That sounds like a good time. Nobody's gonna lie. We're all sitting here and we're all going alt rock cover of Taylor Swift "Shake It Off." You've heard it before. If you go out, you've heard this version of the song. It's not an uncommon thing to hear. I'm just thinking about Aiden. We're going to get to see Aiden later. We're going to get a good look into this gentleman. We're going to take a look at his soul. We're going to see him for what he really is today. We're going to take a look at his bleached bones.
Deep at this point. That's the sort of thing that I'm like totally into, if I'm a couple drinks deep, is alt-rock cover of some retarded pop song. Yeah, okay, awesome stuff.
Sounds like a fun time
W.
for a normal person.
Cool. So I might immediately.
This might be the last time we consider Queeman normal.
Crazy and
I'm gonna have you know right now, this might be the last relatable thing that comes out of this gentleman's mouth for the next hour. Okay, that unironically might be the last relatable thing he says to this entire story.
He's like, oh, whatever, dude. Okay. So we get a drink, and Aiden starts on a rum and coke. I introduce Aiden to rum and cokes after he's made me drink a spritz, which was just, whatever. But I get him on rum and cokes. He's clearly enjoying that. He gets a taste for that. And
what does he mean? Is he having 3 of them? Are we 3 songs, 3 drinks? Is that how he's enjoying them? Because that's how I enjoy my rum and cokes.
So we're in this bar bar for a bit. We talk, hanging out. I'm like kind of trying to get him to dance, enjoy it a bit. He's not really into it, but they're playing
I do want to know what it looks like. Queeman and Aiden alone in a bar. Queeman trying to get Aiden to dance. Okay? I want everybody to visualize this in your brain for a moment. I want you to just think about it. The 2 of them in like a booth or something, and Queeman doing the shoulders. You know what I'm saying? He's getting his shoulders going and rubbing and beating him into his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can see right now. And I can't imagine anything gayer.
They go through. Fuck, man. They go through Teenage Dirtbag and Mr. Brightside and.
The fucking music is back. I am going to lose my mind with this pretzel bullshit. Stop it. I swear to God. Can I just get rid of this? Am I allowed to just absolutely just get rid of this? I figured out what it was earlier, which makes me a little happy. If I mute it, will it ever be unmuted again? That's the question that we all must ask. These are the days of our lives.
What else? In Too Deep, I think. They go through all the sort of songs that I am totally into. I'm out for that sort of music. That's what I'm out to hear. I would have loved that same part. Yeah, exactly, man. That's what I'm out to hear. That's what I'm out for. Throw in Franz Ferdinand, and it's the best night ever. Aiden sort of gets into it a little bit. But he's not going crazy or anything. So okay, we're getting somewhere at least. Then we go into the next bar, and it's notably worse. It's way more normie. You know what I mean?
Uh-oh.
It's way
more normie. I'm gonna eventually do a whole thing about what a normie is and what these guys think that a normie is. I think they have some issues deep in the brain, I think, about what a normie is. But we're gonna see as this story goes along how much of a normie we all think he is. You'll see.
They're playing like Timber, you know. It's going down. I'm yelling Timber. They're playing that, among other songs. And the thing is,
I wonder why that song's stuck in his head. There's 18 songs he heard in this place, but he remembers that one. I wonder what was going on in that moment.
is that usually I wouldn't be that crazy into it, but there were some kind of like cheesy, sort of like 2010 songs on there. I can kind of get into that, you know. I can kind of get into Timber, you know. I can kind of get into Timber. I can kind of do that. But Aiden was not, and I was like, I immediately realized he was not going to be able to get into that. But we just
Why not? Why can't you get into it? You should be able to go into the Serengeti in Africa and sit down at a fucking tribal drum jam and jam out. You're an adult. Fake enjoy music. What do you think this is? Do you think I enjoy the bachata? Do you think that's like something I enjoy? No. But when that bitch is on, guess what? I'm the bachata king. How would you ever in a million years allow a music to affect your mood? Just go along with it. Just go along with it. What?
it's kind of
These people are popular, by the way. These people are like popular. I'll have no more of it. I'll have no more of it. If I'm with you at a bar and I'm enjoying myself and dancing and you're sitting there like a mopey fucking jerk off, guess what?
it was kind of disappointing. I had kind of like almost, I don't know, like
I'll hand you a lighter.
FOMO or whatever, because everyone else was very much into it. Everyone else was very much into it in the bar. There were, like, you know, there were obviously heterosexual male friends doing exaggerated dance moves together, like thrusting each other and this sort of shit to you know, cheesy 2010s bangers.
Fucking British people, man. Fucking British people. Okay? He's making it like you don't get a couple of drinks in you and grab your friend's ass. It's crazy.
And when I see something like that, it's like, that is like, you know, I've been...
That's what Aiden needs. He just needs a friendly man to grab him by the cock a little bit and go, hey, oh, give him one of those little fucking quickies. Get comfortable with it. It's man shit, man.
in situations plenty where, you know, I've been with groups that would be totally down to do stupid shit like that. They would get into it, they'd get drunk and be into it like that. And that's always fun, you know, when you're out with the lads, you know.
I hate the lads. It's so funny. It's like you guys have to understand, to me, this is like a cartoon language. That's what it sounds like to me.
But Aiden was not that type of guy. And Aiden is just like stood there. Like all these people are all going crazy in this fucking bar. Like everyone else having so much fun. Aiden's just stood there, the darkest corner of this bar. Just like leather jacket on, done up, fucking hands in his pocket. I'm just like, okay.
I mean, we get the image. We all understand now. We're setting the stage for Aiden not having a fun time. Right? But I do want to make something very clear as we're listening to this, because it's going to become prevalent later. And I'm just gonna throw this out there, and I'm going to say I have a little bit of knowledge ahead of this. I know where this is going. But we're currently at the bar, and it is Queeman and Aiden. I want to make that perfectly clear, and I want you to remember that. I want that piece of information to stick in the back of your head. It's gonna matter later.
It was just so disappointing. Because I don't know what I expected, really. And I can be a bit like that sometimes. Like, you know, if the music's not right and I'm not drunk enough, I can be a bit like that sometimes. But it's like, man, we were a good few drinks deep at that point, and it was just like, okay, I was ready to get started. So that was
a few drinks. These two gentlemen have been together for hours. Okay, for at least 2 hours they've been together, right? If you have a few drinks in, I say 4 or 5, you get 2 hours out of 4 or 5 drinks. At a bar, at a busy bar, I can see that. I can see that being the case. How in a million years, how are you not having fun yet? I don't understand. You're with your online friend that you never get to hang out with. If I go with my online friends, the few times that we've met, a couple of times we've all hung out, do you know how much fun we have? We talk about it for years. Not like this. We don't talk about it like this. Oh, no.
It was the first night. And then we do meet
We speak
Dickers.
fondly of each other.
And, you know, that's just, nothing really good happens from there, I'm not gonna lie. It's just like Dickers. We go back to Aiden's hotel. We go and try and find booze. We can't find booze. We go back empty-handed. And I go to my Airbnb. And that's it.
Adults can't find booze on New Year's Eve. The only way this story makes sense is if everybody in it is 17. I'm sorry.
So
the description of this story suggests that Aiden is 17 years old. That's what that suggests. This is an over 25-year-old man.
The first night. So second night is New Year's, okay?
Don't let the children in.
So, what happened New Year's? Thank you for the $5, Jimberly. She's saying, Aiden is a brooding and sad drunk. Completely unsurprising. Yeah, a little bit. Well, not even really. It's just like, I don't know, man.
And he's not nearly artistic enough. He's not nearly artistic enough to be a dark, brooding drunk that you spend time with. Okay? It's not nearly interesting enough. Do you have any idea the stories you have to be able to tell to be a dark, brooding, sit in the corner of a fucking gastropub drunk? Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea? You have to have like more experiences than sitting at your fucking computer arguing with people. Or, I don't know, playing some weird games in your fucking Discord. Okay? I don't know how. I don't know how.
Man. He's like preoccupied with Image, I think, a little bit. And I'll get into some of the argument we had afterwards that I think shed some light on that. So, New Year's, next day. So I'm raring to go, New Year's, really. I'm like, you know, I've prepared mentally, physically, everything for New Year's. I'm ready to have a real good night out on New Year's. Also, my camera's out of focus, which is kind of annoying. Hopefully it goes back in. There we go. So I'm mentally, physically prepared to have a good night out New Year's. I'm raring to go. But I know, okay? Because before I left, Aiden...
This is the part where we're going to just be getting better and better and better. Because what I should have done is I should have paid more attention to this whole thing. And I think I'm going to start. I'm going to be... Oh, God. Guys, there's potential here, I think. I can do this. I can do this. I can make fun of these people all day. I can sit here all day and make fun of these people. And I think I'm gonna.
Aiden's hotel the night before. Aiden, it was clear on his face, he was way past his limit. Okay, he had overtaken me on drinks by far. Once I got on rum and coke, he had overtaken me. And he was like knocking them back. And then, yeah, I just knew that. And I knew it was gonna be rough. And I was drinking water and shit like that as well. Like I've always been, for my entire adult life, I've been a terrible, terrible drunk, like binge drinking retard, who doesn't drink water, doesn't eat. Yeah, that's been for my entire adult life. And this is basically the first time in my life where I have, like, you know, managed to moderate my intake. And I actually...
So he did the thing. So I have to kind of sympathize with this because I was the same way. I was the same way for a long time. You're just like If I'm having one beer, I'm blacking out. Okay. If I'm having one beer, I'm having 10. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. Why would I stop? Why would I drink water? Why would I have a sandwich? Do you know what I used to say? I used to say, why would I eat? I need more room for the alcohol. That's what I used to say. That's what I would say. That's what we would all say. The smoke and the alcohol. That's what you need it for. But there does come a transcending moment where usually it is a situation like this, to be fair. Sometimes it's a wedding. Some people, it happens to them at a wedding. Some people, it'll be a family gathering of some kind where there's a cousin who's doing better than you. Do you know what I mean? He's just doing better than you in all ways, and you're like, I can't piss in the potted plant tonight of all nights with this fucking guy here. So you figure it out.
I had a very bad drinking experience like a few months ago, so that might have finally knocked it in. But I actually managed to moderate my drinking and drink water, and I was like, it blew my mind how much of a difference it made. But Aiden was like totally past his limit and was not doing any of that. And it was very clear on his face. So I did not have high hopes. I'll be real. I did not have high hopes.
When we get a look at this guy later, I want you all to know, when we get a good look at this guy later, you're going to realize that face must have been one that only a mother could love.
But I was raring to go. So I'm ready and everything. I go and meet Soul Skibidi. Okay? I go and meet Soul Skibidi. Near Aiden's hotel. And we go for a coffee. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe we have to kill an hour or two until Aiden shows up. Maybe we have to kill an hour or two. It's not the end of the world. I don't know what time did I meet up with Soul that day? Let's see if I can figure it out from my messages. Let's have a look. Let me see. Where was it? I want to be totally clear with how fucking long. I probably met up with Soul 4:30 in the afternoon. I met up with Soul. So I'm thinking maybe 2 hours, maybe 6:30. Aiden takes it out, and then we can start pre-drinking at some pub before we go to this party.
Something telling me we're not seeing Aiden today.
So I meet up with Soul about 4:30. We go for a coffee. And I'd say probably about 2 hours pass. And Hellbent suggests eventually calling Aiden's hotel and trying to contact him through the hotel. So me and Soul, I think Soul, or does it? Wait, maybe we already met up with Dickers by that point. But at some point in the 2 hours, maybe we met up with Dickers. But eventually we call Aiden's hotel and we go to a pub. We get through eventually. Aiden wakes up. We think, okay, we're at this pub waiting for Aiden. Called him through the hotel. Surely by now, it won't be that long. It won't be that long. We've gotten through to him. So it can't be that long. And we sat in this pub, and we've traipsed around London. Like, me and Sol have gone for this walk around that sort of area of London and walked all around. And, like, the whole city is like, I don't know if you've ever been in London on New Year's, but when you're in, like, the center, especially around, like, Embankment area, anything around there is going to be, like, it's, like, so locked down, dude. Like, you can't get anywhere good. You're trying to, like, get somewhere down to the waterfront, like,
You get it. Make your paper.
Eats in a pub, like, early. But, yeah, it got busy quick. So, yeah, we like, walked around, had a look at everything, and it was, like, totally packed. So it was a little bit, I was a little bit
Well, there's a lot of
how's it
operational
gonna turn out?
details
It's
that
always
can't be
stressful.
discussed
If someone's not
publicly,
showing
obviously,
up,
for
we're waiting
obvious
fucking
reasons.
hours
So,
when it's
as we
busy
move
as
forward,
fuck
we'll describe
everywhere.
our process,
It's
which
like,
is a
dude,
threefold
what is gonna
process in
happen here? So
Venezuela.
it
I've
is kind of
described
like
it to them
fucking
now.
annoying
Step one is the
the whole time. Kind of putting
All
me
right,
on
hold
tilt
on.
that Aiden is not responding to anyone, not giving any fucking idea of what he's gonna do.
We gotta watch this Rubio shit real
Well,
quick.
there's a lot of
What this
operational
fucking
details
freak
that
say?
can't be discussed publicly, obviously, for obvious reasons. So, as we move forward, we'll describe our process, which is a threefold process in Venezuela. I've described it to them now. Step one is the stabilization of the country. We don't want it descending into chaos. Part of that stabilization, and the reason why we understand and believe that we have the strongest leverage possible, is our quarantine. As you've seen today, 2 more ships were seized. We are in the midst right now and, in fact, about to execute on a deal to take all the oil. They have oil that is stuck in Venezuela. They can't move it because of our quarantine and because it's sanctioned. We are going to take between 30 and 50 million barrels of oil. We're going to sell it in the marketplace at market rates, not at the discounts Venezuela was getting. That money will then be handled in such a way that we will control how it is dispersed in a way that benefits the Venezuelan people, not corruption, not the regime. So we have a lot of leverage to move on the stabilization front. The second phase will be a phase that we call recovery, and that is ensuring that American, Western, and other companies have access to the Venezuelan market in a way that's fair. Also, at the same time, begin to create the process of reconciliation nationally within Venezuela so that the opposition forces can be amnestied and released and from prisons or brought back to the country and begin to rebuild civil society. And then the third phase, of course, will be one of transition. Some of this will overlap. I've described this to them in great detail. We'll have more detail in the days to follow. But we feel like we're moving forward here in a very positive way.
How long will this take, Secretary?
Some senators who were in that briefing describing your operation variously as that you're winging it, that there's no plan for Venezuela going forward.
Yeah, I know. They're going to
This is
say
all
that. I used to be a senator too. That's what you always say when it's the other party. The bottom line is we've gone into great detail with them about the planning. We've described it to them. In fact, it's not just winging it. It's not just saying or speculating it's going to happen. It's already happening. Like the oil arrangement that we've made with PDVSA on their sanctioned oil that they can't move. Understand, they are not generating any revenue from their oil right now. They can't move it unless we allow it to move because we have sanctions, because we're enforcing those sanctions. This is tremendous leverage. We are exercising it in a positive way. The president described it last night. Secretary will have more to say on it today, who is involved in running this portfolio. And we feel very positive that not only will that generate revenue that will be used to the benefit of the Venezuelan people, and we're ensured that that's what the case is, but it also gives us an amount of leverage and influence and control over how this process moves forward.
Mr. Secretary, on Denmark,
sir. Mr. Secretary, on Denmark. Why has the administration not taken Denmark's offer to discuss the situation in Greenland? And
I'll be meeting with them next week.
But will you take military intervention off the table?
I'm not here to talk about Denmark or military intervention. I'll be meeting with them next week. We'll have those conversations with them then. And but I'm not having anything further to add to that
Can
today.
you clarify your comments to lawmakers? Does the U.S. intend to buy Greenland? Does the U.S. intend to buy Greenland? Can you clarify your comments to lawmakers this week?
Well, that's always been the president's intent from the very beginning. He said it very early on. I mean, this is not new. He talked about it in his first term, and he's not the first U.S. president that has examined or looked at how could we acquire Greenland. There's an interest there. But so I just reminded them of the fact that not only did Truman want to do it, but President Trump's been talking about this since...
A wild work, man. I mean, realistically, bye. I don't know what the fuck military intervention is going to be. That's some crazy shit. I don't know. It's who gives a fuck about Greenland, I think, is probably the correct answer. I mean, I guess Denmark does, but what does Denmark really care? I'd have to look into the importance of it. There's a reason why they're hemming and hawing about it. It's more than just like a glorified piece of land. There's a reason why it's important. I'm not quite sure what it is off the top of my head. So maybe talking about it is not the best move, but pretty stupid what's going on here. All right. We're going to skip over to the next piece. The next piece is going to be on the Purple Parry Gaming. So apparently, you heard Queeman bring up a person named Hellbent. And realistically, they're going to go over a bunch of stuff here with what happened with Hellbent. You're going to hear Parry and Aiden get into a bit of a tiff here. It's going to be funny. We're going to examine it. We're going to examine the nuances of it. We're going to make fun of both of them because I think they're both easily made fun of.
Think about it's after the fact. I don't know.
And
So
this is
Aiden's
right
calling?
before Aiden comes in. Yeah, here he comes.
Hey, Aiden, what's up, man?
Are you live?
Yes.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
yeah, I'm covering the Aiden versus Hellbent beef. What are your thoughts on it?
I I think that honestly, it's a very pressing issue. And the public needs answers.
Is it not true that you spent like 3 or 5 hours last night?
so what did she type? She added him on Discord. What I've seen in Icy and heard references in VCs was enough to surmise you have some kind of problem with me. Really? Hellbent, come on, girl. Really? I'm not going to debate you or defend myself, and I'm not going to talk shit about you no matter what you say about me. You know I have done nothing wrong, and you know, or will realize you are being unreasonable and not a good person and feel bad. You should feel bad.
Complaining about Hellbent?
Yes, yes. I was
So
sitting
what were you
there.
saying?
I was sitting there in a dark room, going on. I didn't even. I forgot. I almost forgot for a minute that there were other human beings at the end. I was just monologuing, and the impassioned monologue went on for about 5 hours.
He was monologuing for 5 hours. 5 hours. Was he live?
Schroding,
I was
you are
just
Schrodinger's
talking.
retarding. It's you seem like you're like giggling about this. You feel like, imagine if Brown was saying what you're saying now, Aiden. How would that make you feel?
Depends on the context. If there was
'Cause
like
it
an
seems like-
actual argument.
All right, so
Okay,
you think
so
that
like
this is
whenever
all
somebody,
okay.
whenever somebody makes like a joke that's not Schrodinger's retard, you'd be doing that if like you're using jokes, if you're using jokes to like obscure like what is like an actual argument. So my question to you would be to demonstrate that I'm doing that. You'd have to demonstrate that there's an actual argument I'm attempting to obscure.
Well, it's not the arguments you're obscuring, it's your feelings you're obscuring. It seems like people are saying that you felt strongly about Hellbent being
That
bad,
wouldn't be
and now,
Schrodinger's retard.
all right, fair enough. You're Schrodinger's let's call it Pavlov's retard. Okay. Point being, you're here
All right, that was funny.
you're giddy. You're here being giddy.
But that's okay because you know if you're being funny, I have to make fun of you somehow some other way.
You know for a fact that last night you were genuinely upset at Hellbent, and you think that she went too far.
No, no.
No.
No?
So you think that everything Hellbent's
Went
done is
too
awesome.
far? Wait. What do I think she went too far on?
She forcefully inserted herself into the group dynamic.
That was not what. Okay,
You said a lot of stuff,
can
but
I
that's
just
one
like
thing you said.
ask like can I just like ask like where you're sourcing this from?
Well, you said it. You said, yeah, I just want to hang out with the lads. And Hellbent was a nuisance.
The quiet is so the pause and think about is insane to me. Just say yeah, I did say that. Yeah. Yeah, why wouldn't I have said that?
Yeah, I found her to be like annoying, semi-annoying. Like what?
But then you
Yeah.
didn't confront her at the time, did you? You didn't confront her at the time, did you?
No, I did. I've actually told her I find her annoying for probably about a year. And I've done it in person as well.
A
and
year?
I've
But
called
then
her
you still met
unfunny
up
in
with her.
person.
If you found her annoying for
Yeah,
a
and I've
year,
called her
why'd you
unfunny
meet
on
up with
So
her?
what? So wait, can I just ask where you're deriving?
Also, can you not be cordial with people that you find annoying? Like this is like starting to add up on kind of like little shit that this fucking kid Aiden is. It's like everything about him irks the fuck out of me lately. Unironically, irks the living fuck out of me. I think that's what this is. This is right now. This is a fucking Aiden hit piece. I'm going over fucking Aiden being a fucking loser. Because, you know, not for nothing, I felt bad for him. I felt bad for him when Parry fucking went through his computer. I laughed. I did. I laughed. I did. But I felt bad for him. I felt pretty bad for him. I was like, all right, it's not cool. It's really not cool. You shouldn't be sitting in someone's home and go onto their computer and look at their Discord messages. You should not do that. Don't do that. That being said, it was done. It got done. It is what it is. But every other moment that he seems to be a part of anything recently, he's been the ruination of it. Unironically.
I think that my like failure to confront her in person from, because I did several times.
Well, how'd she react then when you called her annoying in person?
I don't even remember. I think she just made like an unfunny joke. I don't fucking know.
So you're telling me, I'm trying to just like piece up together how we've gone into this state where Hellbent is sitting here making this statement about how you've done something wrong, and you refuse to admit you did anything wrong. That's what I'm trying to figure out here, Aiden.
Well, I don't know what I did wrong. I was just like annoyed.
Do you really? You don't know? You have no idea what you could have possibly done wrong. And so when Hellbent says, you know I've done anything wrong, and you know or realize you're being unreasonable, and all good person should feel bad, you disagree.
I guess.
So you don't think you should feel bad for anything?
Nope.
But don't you think?
Nope. I don't think I should feel bad for anything. I don't think I should ever feel bad about anything at all. I feel bad when I don't make the bed in the morning. Okay? I feel bad when I waste an extra day to take the fucking garbage out. Now, I feel bad every moment of every day. You don't think you should feel bad? Are you special?
I think you're acting quite, antisocial.
Sure.
And that's a bad thing.
I don't necessarily think that's always a bad thing. Depends on antisocial can describe such a broad category of behaviors that can on their own vary so significantly by context that to determine if it's a bad or good thing, you need to actually describe the specifics.
You are acting antisocial in a way which is deleterious towards the other members of the group that you were engaging in social activity with.
Sure, what did I do?
Parry doesn't help. Okay? Parry doesn't help. Just call him an antisocial freak and move on.
I thought didn't you admit that you were doing this?
Doing what? I don't know what I'm being accused of doing.
Doing antisocial behavior, which was deleterious to the other members of the group dynamic.
What behavior?
What behavior? Well, I suppose it would be causing like a caustic, passive aggressive, awkward dynamic between you and Hellbent.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm being accused of.
You didn't dance, Aiden. You didn't dance.
But it seems like whenever Hellbent's around, you're just like in a bad mood and grumpy, and like you've been in your hotel refusing to go out with people.
I don't even think that was the accusation.
Hiding in the hotel. Also, let's be clear. He's mad at Hellbent because he wanted to have a hang with the lads. He had a whole day, just him and Queeman.
Wait, the accusation wasn't that I changed my attitude specifically when Hellbent was around. I don't think anyone's made that accusation.
So what's the accusation?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying.
You don't know.
That is literally unironically what I'm trying to. That's why I'm like joking because I don't take this.
Well, it's annoying because obviously I wasn't there, so I can't bring up examples of the way you were acting with Hellbent. But you're telling me that you acted in a perfect, nice, and pro-social way when you were around with Hellbent.
I think I acted, I guess, as I always do.
As
I
he
wouldn't
always
say
does.
pro-social. I wouldn't necessarily say anti. So can there just be like a neutral middle ground? That's kind of how I was. No.
Right. So there is nothing you did to Hellbent which you think would have put her off, and she's just like making a mountain out of nothing, according to you.
I don't think she's doing anything. I don't know what. I just personally find her like annoying and unfunny to hang out with. And I just don't have interest in hanging out with her.
And you think it's okay for you to spend hours in Icy, basically like shit talking her?
The hours thing is an exaggeration, but if I was,
it was hours,
which I didn't. No, I only So
it was at least 2 hours.
It was only okay. What you're referring to specifically was a conversation where there was the initial complaint, and then the conversation continued because people came in and started talking about it, and then everything after that was me responding to questions being asked of me and points being made, or like to when you say that I spoke about something for hours, that would imply that the directive was entirely on my end, which it just like wasn't. But even if I fucking did, which I didn't, right, there still wouldn't even be a problem with that. So I guess I'm just trying to
I
figure
feel
out
like you disagree. I think you think there is a problem with people like, you know, shit talking, you know, people based on like, you know, personal encounters that they had IRL.
that's not what no.
You don't think that?
I've shit talked stuff. If you dislike somebody because of no, when have I ever?
I'll tell
What?
you, when you complained that I was telling stories of our meetup, you were saying that was bad, that was wrong, and then
Wait,
that was
wait,
me.
do you understand?
But now
don't
you're
get-
doing that
As
to
we all
help
know,
us.
Okay, me explaining an attitude towards
makes
somebody
me
is
very
like different than like
honest.
recounting like all the
understand what-
specifics of
bring it
like all the specifics of like
as,
everything
like,
the two of you are
about this
doing
in
at the
Bristol,
time
I'm
that it's
sure-
happening, right? You're literally trying to like contradiction
Things
fish
is
here,
happening,
where one does,
Does
or
he defend the
hypocrisy
CP?
hunt, I should say, where one doesn't exist, right?
Well,
and
there
also
are different
that's going to be based on.
ways in which you're doing it, but in both cases, people are, you know, after having a cordial meetup with somebody, you are deciding to basically like dump a bunch of information which paints them in a bad light, whether it be your
But what
perspective or the
information
facts of
was
the
I
situation.
dumping?
Well, just the way that you perceived the way she was acting. You were saying that she was old and unfunny and stuff like that.
That's all I said, and the same. No new revelations came from any information that I gave.
Well, the revelation is that the whole time that you were hanging out, you're saying that like she was so uninteresting to be with. You're basically trying to like tarnish her reputation.
Yes, true, very true.
I mean, yeah, that is true. You're basically trying to, you know, after having a relatively cordial meetup, try and like insinuate that like because you met up with her was so horrible that like no one should engage with her.
Okay, in the listen, I'm gonna be like Trump here, but in the interest of journalistic integrity, okay, can you at least try not to seem so biased? Okay, why
Biased
are you not
how?
asking?
Please don't seem so biased. All right, I've run out of steam on this. I think this is a good start. I have a good feeling for what we're gonna be doing around here now. I just thought that would be a little funny. Show you guys how these guys are fighting, and Aiden is a freak. I'm thinking about doing like a show. We're gonna start doing it pretty. I think I have to do more work for the show. I think I have to do more work, and maybe we'll do throughout the week stuff and things like that. But we'll figure some stuff out. Until then, y'all.